A woman plays billiards with a client in Arizona. The photograph dates from the early 20th century frontier nightlife. Billiard tables often served as social spaces inside Western brothels. Clothing details reveal harsh living conditions and limited personal resources. Such images document overlooked aspects of labor, leisure, and survival. A wagon train of immigrants pauses for a photograph in Wyoming, 1875. Families stand beside wagons, surrounded by open and unforgiving landscapes. The image reflects determination, hope, and shared hardship. These pioneers traveled west, seeking opportunity, land, and stability. Long journeys tested endurance, cooperation, and survival skills. This photograph dates to around 1899 in northwestern Colorado. A group of hunters pose proudly before a rustic log cabin. Their hunted game is arranged nearby along the Williams Fork River. The image reflects survival skills required in frontier wilderness life. Hunting provided food, income, and security for remote settlements. The bustling main street of Deadwood appears as it looked in 1876. Wooden buildings line muddy roads during the town's earliest days. Miners, merchants, and travelers crowd the growing frontier settlement. Deadwood quickly gained fame across the American West. Wild Bill Hickok lived here as a gunslinger and frontier scout. The legendary Calamity Jane also spent years in this town. Chief Caswell poses with customers outside his monkey saloon. The photograph was taken in Granite, Colorado during 1890. His distinctive white beard gives him an authoritative frontier presence. The saloon functioned as a gathering place for miners. Travelers also stopped here seeking rest, conversation, and cheap drinks. Inside a saloon in Virginia City, Nevada, March 1898. A man known as Daddy Dick stands among friends. His eye patch and serious expression make him easily recognizable. Companions gather closely, suggesting familiarity and shared routines. The saloon interior reflects typical Old West social spaces. Such places offer drinks, conversation, and temporary escape. Around 1890, two women pose inside their workplace for a photograph. They worked in adult entertainment during the Old West era. Frontier regions attracted large numbers of men seeking work. This migration created a strong gender imbalance across Western towns. Saloons expanded rapidly to meet social and economic demands. Many saloons were managed by experienced female proprietors. A Ute warrior and his young wife pose on horseback, 1874. They stand near the Green and Uinta rivers in northwestern Utah. The couple's posture reflects pride, strength, and cultural identity. The Ute people inhabited the Great Basin region for thousands of years. Their history spans more than 10,000 years of continuous presence. A photograph allegedly shows Billy the Kid playing croquet in New Mexico. The image dates to around 1880, according to many historians. He appears alongside suspected members of his outlaw gang. The photograph's authenticity remains debated among experts today. Croquet presents an unexpected contrast to his violent reputation. The saloon frequented by the Wild Bunch gang appears in this 1889 photograph. A circled figure identifies Harry Alonzo Longaba, known as the Sundance Kid. Seated beside him is the notorious outlaw Butch Cassidy. The image stands among the most iconic portraits of the gang. A pioneer family rests before wagons near the Rocky Mountains, 1890. They are traveling along the Oregon Trail westward. Barefoot children reveal the hardship of daily frontier life. Supplies were limited, comfort was rare, and journeys were exhausting. Such details are often missing from romantic Hollywood portrayals. The photograph shows Jenny B's brothel in Jerome, Arizona, 1898. Jenny stands centered on the balcony wearing black clothing confidently. This building was the second structure constructed on that site. The first building was destroyed by fire in 1897. A replacement was quickly erected to continue operations afterward. Frontier towns often faced frequent fires due to wooden construction. In 1908, hunters pose proudly beside a rustic cabin together. The cabin sits within remote landscapes of Arizona Territory wilderness. Mules stand nearby loaded with supplies for extended hunting trips. Trained hunting dogs rest calmly beside their owners, patiently waiting. Rifles are displayed, openly reflecting survival needs of frontier life. Colorado Boulevard, circa 1880, appears busy and energetic. Covered wagons line the street amid constant movement. People, animals, and goods fill the bustling roadway. The scene reflects everyday commerce of the frontier era. An unidentified Texas cowboy poses for a photograph in 1880. A Colt single-action Army revolver rests inside his holster. The revolver is a Model 1873 with a hard rubber grip. A Winchester rifle rests along his left arm. The rifle is a Model 1873 secured in a saddle scabbard. This gear reflects standard equipment used by cowboys of the era. This portrait shows Patrick Floyd Jarvis Garrett around 1890. He became widely known as the lawman Pat Garrett. Garrett served as strict sheriff of Lincoln County. His reputation grew through relentless pursuit of criminals. Garrett is most remembered for ending the violent career of Billy. On July 14, 1881, Garrett surprised Billy inside a darkened room. The fatal encounter brought an abrupt end to Billy's outlaw life. The interior of a modern gaming saloon appears in Telluride, Colorado, 1905. Gaming tables fill the room with activity and anticipation. Locals and travelers gather here for gambling and conversation. Drinks are served freely across the crowded saloon floor. In the right corner, the local sheriff watches attentively. His presence suggests order within a lively environment. A photograph shows Olive Ann Oatman as a young woman. She was kidnapped in 1851 in what is now Arizona. The tribe responsible remains uncertain according to historical records. Olive was later traded to another indigenous group. She lived in captivity for nearly 5 years. During that time, she received a distinctive blue chin tattoo. Miners pose outside their modest cabin in Colorado during 1890. The simple structure reflects harsh realities of mining frontier life. These cabins offered minimal protection from weather-cold hunger, isolation. Daily existence demanded endurance, cooperation, and constant physical labor survival. Above the doorway, a hanging horseshoe symbolizes luck and hope. A group of men rests outside the Bob Saloon, Miles City, Montana. The photograph dates to around 1880 on the American frontier. Frontier life was harsh, demanding long, exhausting workdays. Leisure opportunities were limited for working men. Saloons offered spaces for rest, conversation, and relief. Men gathered here to drink, talk, and relax together. 5 miners pose beside a dirt roof log cabin structure. A loyal dog sits calmly near the miners during winter. The photograph was taken in Colorado during the 19th century. William Henry Jackson captured this scene between 1882. Dirt roof cabins reflected extreme scarcity and difficult frontier living. Miners relied on teamwork, endurance, and animals for survival daily. A photograph shows Charles Earl B.S., known as Black Bart. He was a legendary Wells Fargo stagecoach bandit. He operated across the American West during the 1870s. His career continued into the 1880s with remarkable consistency. Black Bart was famous for elegance, refined manners, and calm behavior. He never fired a single shot during robberies. This detail set him apart from other Old West outlaws. San Francisco Street appears here around 1890 in Santa Fe. Jake Gold's Old Curiosity Shop stands at the street corner. The shop was also known as the Gold's Free Museum. It sat at San Francisco Street and Burrow Alley. The photograph was taken by W.E. Hook. It is preserved by the Princeton University Library. Images like this highlight 19th century American urban development. Timothy Isaiah Courtright, known as Big Jim, served as a Texas sheriff from 1876 to 1879. He gained a fearsome reputation for his violent temper and frequent armed confrontations. Courtright was known for resolving disputes quickly and often with gunfire. His dangerous lifestyle followed him long after leaving office. In 1887, he was fatally shot during a duel inside a gambling saloon. A pioneering family of 7 poses before their wooden cabin. The photograph was taken in Kansas during the year 1890. Their expressions suggest resilience, unity, and quiet confidence amid hardship. The simple cabin reflects limited resources common to frontier settlements. Families like this relied on cooperation, labor, and perseverance daily. This is Wyatt Earp, a famed lawman of the Old West. He became known for firm justice against criminals and outlaws. His reputation solidified after the famous gunfight at OK Corral. The gunfight occurred in 1881 within the town of Tombstone. Tombstone was located in the Arizona Territory during frontier days. Earp worked alongside brothers and allies during tense law enforcement. Miners pose alongside mine owners and their family members proudly. The photograph was taken at the Logan Mine in Crisman. Crisman is located within Boulder County, Colorado. The image dates to the late 19th century mining era. It reflects class divisions present in frontier industrial communities. Such photographs captured hierarchy cooperation and shared economic dependence. A photograph shows Butch Cassidy while imprisoned in 1894. He became one of the most notorious outlaws of the Old West. Cassidy was famous for robbing trains and banks. He led a gang operating across multiple western states. These included Utah, Nevada, Colorado, and New Mexico. His actions left a lasting mark on frontier history. Texas Rangers pose in Cotulla and Fort Worth, Texas in 1886. Their stern expressions reflect authority, discipline, and the dangers of frontier duty. These lawmen enforced order across vast territories during a turbulent era. The photograph captures early Texas law enforcement at a pivotal historical moment. An unusual scene unfolds inside the Castle Saloon in Castle, Utah, 1905. One patron poses for the camera beside his horse indoors. The moment feels humorous, casual, and proudly unconventional. This photograph captures the relaxed and eccentric spirit of saloon life. A Cheyenne Native American family pauses for a photograph in Montana, 1890. The image was taken by photographer Christian Barthelmess on a reservation. Their clothing and expressions reveal daily life during a difficult historical period. Westward expansion brought photographers across the American frontier. They documented pioneers, miners, native communities, and routines often overlooked. A photograph from 1890 shows the main street of Dodge City. The town was located in Kansas during the Old West era. Dodge City thrived as a lively and crowded frontier settlement. Gunslingers, lawmen, and travelers frequently gathered here. Its reputation spread across the American West rapidly. A photograph shows Jesse James at approximately 16 years old. The image dates to around 1864 during wartime. Many scholars consider him among the Old West's most skilled. At 17, he left home to fight Confederate guerrilla forces. This occurred during the years of the American Civil War. After the conflict, he returned to his home state, Missouri. A woman gold prospector pulls a heavy sled through Skagway streets. The photograph was taken in Alaska during the year 1898. She carries provisions needed for survival during the gold rush. Muddy streets reveal difficult conditions faced by prospectors daily. Women actively participated in frontier labor and exploration. The Klondike Gold Rush attracted people from diverse backgrounds. Families, identified as the owners, pose outside Beware and I Steal pawnbrokers. The photograph was taken in Ironton, Colorado during 1886. Records and settings confirm their direct association with the business. Adults and children stand confidently before the storefront. Pawn shops played vital roles in frontier mining economies. Pawnshop owners pose proudly outside their log cabin in Ironton. The mountain town lies within San Juan County, Colorado. The photograph was taken during the year 1886. Their business thrived during the height of Rocky Mountain mining. The log cabin facade reflects simple frontier construction methods. A photograph shows Wild Bill Hickok, a legendary Old West figure. He gained fame as a skilled gunfighter and buffalo hunter. Hickok also worked as a professional gambler across frontier towns. He participated in several legendary and deadly shootouts. In 1876, he was ambushed and killed while playing poker. Teachers pose alongside students before the Dead Man Valley School. The modest wooden building stands in Stanley County, South Dakota. The photograph was taken during the year 1889. Frontier schools were simple structures serving isolated rural communities. Teachers often handled multiple grades within a single classroom. Students traveled long distances daily to attend lessons. The legendary sharpshooter Annie Oakley appears in this photograph around 1899. She was celebrated for extraordinary marksmanship and precision shooting skills. Annie gained international fame through public shooting performances. She performed with the famous Buffalo Bill traveling show. Audiences across America and Europe watched her demonstrations. Captured in 1909, a cowboy receives a haircut outside a dugout dwelling. A friend serves as barber, scissors held carefully in hand. The scene unfolds somewhere across the Western Plains. Saddles, ropes, and supplies lie scattered across the dusty yard. The image reflects self-reliance and everyday frontier routines. A group of Apache Native Americans pose together outdoors here. They stand before thatched huts at an unidentified Western location. The photograph was captured during the year 1909. Their clothing reflects tradition, adaptation, and resilience amid changing times. Thatched dwellings provided shelter using locally available natural materials resources. A photograph shows the main street of Kingston, New Mexico. The town was founded in 1882. Its founding followed the discovery of rich silver deposits. Mining attracted workers, investors, merchants, and fortune seekers quickly. Kingston developed rapidly into a busy frontier settlement. Wooden buildings lined the streets supporting growing commercial activity. In 1886, a family poses before their farmhouse in Texas. They lived in the northwest region of Dimmitt County. The photograph captures rural life during the 19th century frontier. Their home reflects simplicity, hard work, and limited material comforts. Farming required daily labor, patience, and dependence on nature. Families relied on cooperation to survive challenging conditions together. A small group from the southern Paiute tribe poses together. The photograph was taken in Utah during the year 1890. Their presence reflects resilience amid increasing pressures from frontier settlement. Earlier events created fear, tension, and misunderstanding between communities there. In 1866, violence erupted following rumors and escalating mistrust locally.